And if you didn't know, then now you know. Welcome to the Rich Dreams Experience. This is your boy, your co-host Smok3og, here with my boy, my player partner.
G Fades, what's going down, bro?
Man, it's another beautiful day in the land of the living, man. Shout out to the Now Legacy Network. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you follow us, Rich Dream, at Rich Dreams underscore apparel. That's on Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
and TikTok as well. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you go to your Etsy shop. As you'll see during the show, we'll have QR codes where you can scan, get all your merch, copy some hats. We getting ready to drop that spring line on y'all soon. So get the last little remnants of what we had, so you can say you had the vintage stuff before we get the new drops in there.
Right, right.
You know?
Coming
Yes,
soon.
sir. Man,
Possibly something dropping this week.
yeah,
Possibly.
I like it.
So by the time this episode drop, I may or may not have something for the ladies.
Ooh,
May or may not.
okay. Cause ladies,
Yep.
you know we love y'all. It's Women's History Month. We gotta say Happy Women's History Month to all the ladies, especially all the Black Queen. G, you see that?
Nah, nah,
I'm trying
nah,
to
nah.
pay
Look,
homage, and he up here playing.
nah, look, man. It's funny. Not when you said National Women's Month. It's funny. I wasn't really laughing at that. That's cool. Shout out to all the ladies, the ugly ladies, and the okay ladies. Shout out to all of y'all.
That was inclusive. That's what I'm talking about.
You like that? Huh? You like that,
You,
huh?
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
you'll
but
never
nah,
hear a
man.
woman
It
say
was.
shout out to the ugly dudes. You'll never hear a woman say that.
The ugly dudes.
You'll never hear a woman say shout out to the ugly dude. I'm just saying.
You probably won't. You know. But nah, man. Last week I think was a national Women's Day or National
Day,
Women's Day,
yeah.
whatever they.
I ain't gonna lie. I saw
That's when I was laughing at. I was like, bro, they was playing Beyonce all day on the radio that day, bro. I think I heard it in the mall that day. Man, I'm like, God damn, single ladies and
yeah.
all that other shit,
She's
man.
like the woman's woman, I guess. Like
I
I
guess
don't
so.
know. Is there a dude like that for guys? I guess Drake would kind of be like if guys would be like, oh yeah, I would love to be like Drake, huh?
For light skinned niggas,
It
come on,
have to
man.
be, huh? It have to be.
Yeah, baby, them.
Look.
Nah, man.
But like back in the day, yeah, it used to be like Denzel. Everybody be like, yeah, you be getting fresh in the mirror. You be like, yeah, I look like a young Denzel up in here, man.
Young Denzel, man. Nah, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's one. To be honest, I don't know if there's one.
Guys kind of
I
think
can't.
of that in a different headspace, though.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man, we got a good show for the people today. Uh, it was a lot going on in the week. Look like some retribution has been had. Your
That's what
boy,
you say. That's what you call it. Okay.
you like that, huh?
Retribution.
Hey, man, I'll pull out the TI words on y'all, man. Show,
Word of
show.
the day. Retribution.
Oh, so as we all know, Chris Rock had the slap that was heard around the world. This was during it was his Oscars, I believe, last year.
Yeah, Oscars last year. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a joke made about uh, Will Smith's wife, uh, Jada Pinkett. She suffers from alopecia, which I don't know if Chris Rock knew that at the time or if he didn't. But of course, the
Yeah.
condition hair falls out, and he made a GI Jane joke, and your boy Will, he pimp walked up there in the suit, smacked the dog shit out of him. I mean,
Fixed
hard.
his jacket.
And was like, and
Man.
proceeded to go sit back down while, of course, everybody was in shock. Um, and then said, "Keeps my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
Yeah. Yeah.
That was right
Yeah.
there. That's a whole sequence of events. And all this
Hmm.
time, really, I hadn't really heard Chris Rock speak out about it or anything like that. So Um,
Nah.
he I feel like he played this kind of smart. Parlayed a whole Netflix special out of it, and now
Uh-huh.
he get to ramp up because people tuning in. That's what they coming for to hear about that. But
Right.
I feel like the way he put it into his routine was kind of fire, and plus his routine itself. Hey, this slap.
Yeah. Now I thought it was a good special, man. I liked it. You know, it's funny, bro, because it's been like pretty much the hot latest topic or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, and it's funny, like some people like, yeah, he got revenge, and he got his lick back, and I'm like, I don't know if he got his lick back. Like that was a tough slap right there, man. I don't
yeah,
think it's nothing that he can say a year later.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's
But
funny because he kind of touches on that himself when he come out in the first one of the first things he was like was because he's talking about being politically correct and not offending nobody because words hurt, and he's like anybody believes that ain't never been punched in the face.
yeah,
So
I remember that part. Yeah. But now I think he did a great job. The show it was a great special. It
yeah,
was funny. Like, and the thing about it is it's gonna take away from the actual special itself because the segment on Will and Jada wasn't really that big.
no, it was.
Like, of course,
I like he saved
he
it to the
referenced
end.
throughout the show. He kind of referenced, like you just said, with the words heard and all that.
Mhm.
He did that
Mhm.
here and there, but he kept their segment like not. It wasn't that long of a segment that he just. It wasn't like the whole show was or half the show was about them two.
Right.
That's what I liked about it for the most part. That he didn't try to make the whole thing about Will and Jada, which we all want to know how he feel, what's his feelings on it, how he feel now, how he feel towards them. We all wanted to know that, but it was like, I think he did a great job of not making the whole special about them,
He stayed true to his
or
art.
just talking about them.
Yeah.
He's an artist, man, a comedian. He been doing this shit probably 30 years, so he a pro at this shit. So yeah, he gonna capitalize on, what happened to him. Cause and like I say, he knows everybody wants to know how he feel about it. So of course he gonna talk about it, but he still was able to have a great show and
Right.
not, kind of put too much emphasis on that situation within the show.
Yeah. Because there's always two ways you could play that,
Yeah.
man. And if you oversaturate it, you coming off
Right.
wrong.
He gonna look like
Especially after it's been all this time, it's just like, okay,
oh
obviously
yeah.
you ain't got nothing else going on, type of deal. But he killed it. The jokes that was killing me was the Elon Musk joke where he talked about that's why he's so weird because he ain't got no more nut left. He talking about he the richest. There's a line for Elon Musk to give him some head.
Yo, that's cold, man. That's cold.
Yeah,
Nah, man. But nah, shout out to Chris Rock though, man. I mean, that's tough though, bro. Like just going back to the actual situation at hand, like the slap, like man, for that to happen on that stage with the world watching this global, it's being seen globally, you know what I'm saying? Like, whew,
I mean, you gotta
man.
think about it. Regular people, if you get punched out in the street, somebody got a camera on you, and that's gonna get thousands, 100,000s of views. So you
Maybe
somebody world renowned, and
millions of
something like
people is
that.
watching this live
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
in real time. Yeah.
That's
So
that's that's a crazy thing, and you gotta be tough to bounce back from that. Let me ask
yeah.
you though, um, was Will justified in the slap? I done heard views on this,
Nah,
man.
Yeah, not. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Me looking at the situation, like I think I actually was watching the Oscars, and I was like, this got to be staged. Like like everybody else, I'm like, this can't be real. Like, till you hear
Nah,
Will,
for
keep
me,
my
I
wife
was not
married.
in that mindset.
And it was like it was kind of like I'm like, man, Will. So how you go from laughing when the joke was initially said? How do you go from laughing at the joke, and I'm guessing after the laugh, had to had looked at his wife and seen that she had a look of disgust on her face. How do you go from that to so to me it just kind of like so you thought it was funny first, but because she didn't like it,
Yeah,
now you want to go up there and slap the man? Like, I don't know, man. It just looked like some. I can't say that Jada manipulated him because at the end of the day, Will is a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He know what he has. He know what he has to lose.
yeah,
But I definitely think it was one of them things where the straw that broke the camel's back.
yeah.
Like everybody had been ragging on him since the August thing, and now like you doing this live at the Oscars, and I
Yeah,
think it was kind of one of them things with Will.
yeah.
What you think? Though?
Things
What
come
you
to a
think?
boiling point. Uh,
Yeah, basically.
I kind of agree with what you're saying about the woman Jada influence on it.
Right.
Because like you say, you could see clearly Will wasn't irate or nothing until
He
he saw
lied.
that. But at the same time, just to play devil's advocate, when you married, um, you are supposed to take, you know, I don't know what the correct word for it is. I want to say custody, but I know that ain't it. But it's like you want to take that ownership over, making
Right,
sure that
right,
the
right.
woman is protected and making sure that ain't nobody out there messing with the home squad. Um,
Okay.
I guess he feel like, hey, if she feel the way about it, now I do feel a way about it. Now I'm not gonna say justified in the way he handled it. I mean, like, you cannot just say, "Oh, she gonna talk crap about my wife." Anybody can get it. Like, nah. Now, if you want to say something to him, or be like, maybe even just say what he said at the end. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. I mean, to
Right,
me that sends a strong enough signal. Now, if he continue, then he'd be like, "Hey, what's up?"
right,
But to just
right. No doubt.
to hit somebody, man, hell nah. Sorry, Big
Nah.
Fresh Prince. And then it's like at the same time, it's like Chris Rock, Chris Rock said this on a special, and I agree. It's like you knew who to hit.
Nigga that's 50, 60 pounds lighter than you,
Yeah,
I heard Jesse just, oh, it wouldn't have mattered how big or the size wouldn't have mattered. He still would have did that to anybody. Um, I know this one thing about most people, bro, and it's kind of like if you got a big ass nigga, like say like a nigga like The Rock.
he said he
Now
identifies
listen,
as a funny guy.
say you got a nigga the size of The Rock up there. Most I believe wholeheartedly that if you got a nigga like that up there, like let's just say in general, that's like
Right,
him going to slap somebody. That's like starting a fight, right?
basically,
Like
in the
Will
most
going to yeah,
disrespectful manner, actually.
the most towards a man. So if you got a nigga like that, like the Rock size, bro, ain't nobody finna too much just go start some shit with the Rock. Now, that's not to say that if let's say them and that person in the Rock get into it and you gotta handle your business,
Right.
by all means you gotta handle your business when it's like that. But you ain't finna go start no shit with no nigga that big, man. I just don't believe. Like most people, like it's like come on, man. You ain't gonna go start nothing with them.
Nah.
9 times out of 10. So now I believe
if he got something to say, I might act like I ain't hear it. At least at first, unless he really yelling at me, you know.
Say my name or so, put a name on it. Man, we might have two Rodneys up in here, huh? What you think? Nah, but yeah, I mean, I agree with Chris Rock on that one though. I think he knew like, okay, this dude, he probably gonna stay in character and not, get outside himself and fight me back or some. He might have not thought about it like that, but he definitely probably thought about like, yeah, he's kind of way smaller than me, so he finna get it.
Yeah.
I definitely think that went in his brain somewhere, like between him laughing and him walking his ass up there for sure.
Oh yeah, had to.
Yeah. But nah,
I think would have slipped him, you know.
Man,
That
listen,
was some shit.
lucky that bottom of that mic stand, man, all across the back of it. I'm telling you. But now, nah, man, I think Chris Rock was right on that though. I think he was right on that.
Yeah. And like definitely
but
what you about to say? My bad, I just had a little delay.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, well basically, man, I think it's still a 5 special. Honestly, people saying this might derail Will's career. I hope it doesn't.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, still one of the greatest actors of all time. As far as Chris Rock, I think still one of the greatest comedians of all time. Um, he definitely touched on it in the special too. He was talking about the ways of people getting attention, and he was like, "You can first show your ass," which was funny as hell. He meant literally too. And you think about it, that's facts though. People flock to ass.
Yeah.
You could be infamous, do some wild shit, and then you can be great, of course. And then at the last and final thing, he was like, "Damn, I blinked." It was how I was gonna say it. Hold on. How I was gonna say it. Wait,
here we go, boy. Here we go.
Oh, be a victim. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Or be a victim. And I like that. I don't feel like Chris Rock made himself no victim. You did?
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, he took it on the chin.
Literally and figuratively. Yeah, literally and figuratively.
His brother Tony Rock was ready to squab.
That what he said.
Hey,
that what he said.
But that's
made for good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I say the special. I'm gonna get at if we talking 5 stars, I'm gonna get at
best out of 1 out of 10. What you give it? You said 10.
I'm gonna say 8. Then I'm gonna say 8 if we talking.
We're gonna go 8. Okay, I'm gonna go 9.2.
Okay, that's
9. Good 9.2.
Yeah, I don't know why when you extended it to 10, I feel like that's starting to go ranking them against everybody. When it's 1 through 5, I feel like that's just kind of through his shit.
No, I'm just talking about how good you thought it was. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know why when it came to a broader scale, it kind of changed my percentage, man.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, I got you.
But man, both of them guys did have to deal with some adversity and just some criticism, which kind of brings us to our next topic, man, is how do you deal with those type of things in your life? You know, how do you respond to criticisms? How do you respond to people, might not thinking that you have it all in the bag of what you're trying to do with your life or in certain situations? And there can be a lot of different ways that people, go about it as far as coping mechanisms and everything. Um, I mean, what it seems like with
Yeah.
Will, I don't really remember him being out there and responding too much. Because I know people was talking crap about him. Did he make like a video, an apology video? I don't think he did.
I think he did.
He did.
How do you respond to criticism of doubt? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But how do you respond to criticism of doubt?
See, I think it depends on the situation for me. If you're talking professionally, um, it just makes me want to go harder. Because if you
Okay.
criticizing what I do as far as my work, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna show you that I know what I'm talking about, type of thing. Um, or I either have the blinders mentality of I'm not even hearing you. If you talking to me and trying to criticize me, and I know I'm putting my all into something, or I'm working as hard as I can, I'm going deaf ears on that. So yeah, that's either the
So
way
if
I
they
roll.
criticize you, so you saying if they criticizing you, you going to deaf ears on criticism?
Not so much the criticism, that's more so of the doubt.
Okay.
Like I say, for the criticism, I'm more of a show and prove type of person.
Okay. I
Um,
got you.
but yeah, like I say, it kind of depends on the situation. Uh, if you criticizing, I don't know, maybe like in a game or something, I'll probably just talk some shit back to you.
Okay.
What about yourself?
Uh,
You go doubt first. Go doubt first instead of criticism. How you respond to doubt?
doubt. Doubt is kind of um, it fuels me, motivates me. Uh, over, I would say especially on the journey to, I guess you could say, get where I'm at right now. Like being a barber and stuff like that. Uh, it's been a few doubts that I have heard about myself. Some people claim, friends, family, whatever. But for me, I just keep a mental note of it, uh, and I try to, okay, like I said, use it as motivation. Like, okay, so this person that you thought should believe in you, or you would expect them to believe in you, it seemed like they don't really believe in you. So it's like what you gonna do, bro? Like you gonna show them that you can accomplish whatever goal you chasing, or whatever the case may be. That's kind of how I respond to doubt. Um, as far as criticism, uh, I used to be kind of bad with being criticized, and I always be some pushback on it. But as I've gotten older, as I've gotten older and been learning to take accountability for my own actions, and just take accountability for wherever I am in life. That was my first step in you know I guess you could say maturing and evolving into a much better person. Whenever I start to, accept my own, accept accountability for all of my actions. So with criticism now, it's kind of like, okay, depends on if if I feel like it's coming from a genuine place, then of course I'm gonna pay attention to it, and you know look at whatever situation, whatever's being criticized, really take a look at it. You know, so most times I feel like anytime I am getting criticized by it's by somebody that I fuck with. You know,
Mhm.
um, so whether it be my girl or what I'm saying, shit, you or anybody like that, it's somebody that I fuck with tough, and I don't expect them to uh, criticize me like on some malicious shit, just like on on some fuck shit. You know,
Right.
it'll have to be. I definitely think it would every time it would be out of just wanting to see me do better or see me progress or whatever. Um, so for the most part, I take it in and see if I can, see if I can, well, fix it for
Okay.
sure, but see if I can become a better person from it as well.
I can dig that. Um,
Yeah,
I would say honestly, um, just to add on the criticism, I feel like sometimes I don't get enough. I want some more criticism just so I could have some more to kind of do, like you said, as far as reflecting and working on stuff. Um, since I've been at a young age, at least with like family and stuff like that, the bar has kind of been a little lower. So it just seemed like whatever I was doing was so great. Like, okay, I was
yeah,
going up making straight A's in school. Well, that was great because my other cousins either was flunking out of school because they wanted to run the streets or, was already in jail. So, okay, I'm like,
right,
okay, it wasn't really anything to push me, even though I still, I did my best in school. I graduated with high grades. I ain't never really just fall off just because it's like, okay, I didn't care, but it just wasn't very motivational. And I feel like sometimes those
mm,
criticisms are what really push people onto those next planes. And, you know, not to say I hadn't had people like with the crazy critical talk, but I mean more constructive criticism, I guess is I'm trying to say.
right,
I've had more of that in my life. I've had criticisms as far as just bullshit that don't matter, of course. I've been a fat kid all my life, so people talk shit about me, but other than like shit trivial like that, nothing like real
right,
that has a something that can, elevate you.
right. Um, I think it's important because I think you never want to get to a place in life where you got it all figured out.
Exactly.
You never want to get to you stop growing. You're not going to evolve anymore. You like to say you think you got it all figured out. Who can tell you anything? You got it all figured out. So I think if you if you looking for somebody to criticize you, all you gotta do is hit your boy up. Shit, I criticize you if you want me. We could look into some shit, and I'll be like, yeah, well, you need to do this shit better, nigga. Hell, you ain't been seeing this.
Right.
But now on some serious stuff, I think it's a good thing that you can. I think a lot of times though, bro, whether you have somebody and I get what you're saying, like, back in the day, like from when you was a young one, like your family, they really didn't like you say anything you did, it was like, oh, great job, Rod. And you know, it's hard having like a lot of praise, but then you're not getting
Right.
um so it's almost like, you know, you might initially back on but I think most of the time though, bro, like we kind of know where we lacking at, where we can do better at. I think we kind of know. So my advice, man, is just, if you really looking for, anything as far as, like on some what can I do better type shit. I think you can really just like look at yourself, like really assess, how you move and how you live in or whatever financial situation, whatever the case it is. You can really just look at it, like you can really just look at it and just think about it like, yeah, I know I could be doing more there. I could be doing a better job at that too. I do
And
that to
over,
myself
I was about to
myself
say
from
over
time
the
to
years, that's kind of what it has been, is me taking those
time.
conversations with myself and being like, okay. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's kind of been like that the whole time of me just going,
Got
okay, this is how you need to push yourself and this is how you need to grow. And
you.
it just shoot, that might be another good thing about getting a mate out here, man. Somebody to have that daily accountability partner, because if
Yeah, yeah.
one thing about the women folk, they gonna let you know quick how you can be doing better.
Man, that motherfucking ass fall off. Shit. Yeah.
You
But
know,
now that's I think if you have that, that's a great thing. But don't get in it just because you want somebody to criticize
Ah,
you, basically. Like, no, don't do that shit.
nah, we
Trust me, it ain't working for that. I'm
we
telling
try
you now.
we try to stay away from the toxic relationships. We gonna do therapy first before we do any
There
of
you
that.
go. There you go. We're gonna go right there before that. But nah, I think, man, like I say, it's I think most times we kind of know. And I think how you and I get it, sometimes it is better to have uh another pair of eyes to maybe kind of like tell you, what they seeing that maybe you can't. But I
Yeah,
say like, you know, if you're like I say, if you critiquing yourself, I think a good thing to go by is, okay, well, what are my goals?
right.
That's all. That's really what it's about. So it don't matter if your goal is to fucking be able to run 3 blocks around your house.
Right.
If your goal is that, then you see how can you achieve the goal.
Yeah.
What's the time periods you want to put on the goal? Whatever. And that's how you can hold yourself accountable and kind of criticize yourself like where you be at in that process that you're in everything. Gotta be, okay, well, I got to make some changes, or I got to tighten up. I got. So I think, like I say, most times we kind of know. We just have to take that time out. But it also, again, it is good to have somebody because, like I said, maybe something that you don't even see,
Mhm.
not even maybe not even focused on. So it is good to have a second pair of eyes, though.
I feel like you just gave some word right there, Mr. Faves.
A little bit, man. Do
That
what I
self
can.
accountability, man, can beat a lot of criticism, and that
On
can
God, like the
and
young
setting
kids say, on God.
for real. Um, and setting goals, and that'll help you on your daily action plans
Yep.
and see what steps you're taking, and that's how you can beat doubts as well. Because if you know you're doing the things on a daily basis to help you take those action steps to achieve your goals, you're not gonna have no doubts. Like talking about because you're like, no, I know I'm doing the work. I
Because
took
I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Yep.
it. So that's fine right there.
Yep.
Um, Go ahead and shift gears, man. If you are having, some stresses and some doubts, uh, we can go to the Black Business shout out. You can get with at underscore just by nature, uh, herbal holistic healer, and that's
Mm.
going to for all of your um, first hair care needs, and then she also sells, stress reliever, um, scents and things of that nature, just to help you guys, bring it on in, man. You gotta
Yeah.
zen in this world, especially when there's so many chaotic things going on throughout the day. We busier than ever. So get your herbal holistic healing on with underscore at just by nature.
Yes,
Shout out.
sir. Shout out. Hey, listen. So, did you meet them at the latest pop up?
I did not. Um,
Okay.
on this particular instance, I actually found her through Instagram. She was on the explore page. So um, you
Okay.
know, want to make sure we expand the love to all black businesses, man. Shout out. Just by nature.
Yeah.
All right.
Go fuck with it.
We got some real life shit for y'all today. Uh, it's a
Do we?
subject that really touches home for I feel like most black people for sure. Uh, but I'm gonna say if you live in America, more than likely you probably have a run in, uh, or you know somebody that has had,
Yeah.
or you at least have seen the news stories of people that are affected. Real life shit we going over today is police brutality. Um, especially over the last few years, um, during 2020, especially when we were all indoors and everything that was a happening in the news, everybody was centralized and focused
Mm.
on. Um, there were a lot of events with Michael Brown, uh, with George Floyd, uh, and Breonna Taylor. I mean, God rest all their souls, where all of them were victims of some form of police brutality. Uh, a lot of people stand on the firm side of backing the blue, of supporting the police, and then a lot of people have erred on the side, mostly black and brown people, of we need regulation, we need to defund, there needs to be counseling, uh, just a whole reformation of the justice system, especially the police that are in our streets, in our neighborhoods. Of course, we appreciate the ones that do right and, are protecting and serving, but obviously we see that there's a divide between those officers and those that are just out to whoop ass.
Yeah.
Um, Gee, I know you've been prevalent to seeing the stories and everything. Um, have you had somebody close to you that's been a victim of police brutality, or have you been yourself? Or
Um, no, I never had any instances where I was wow beat up police like that. I didn't have any of that. But I think it is a problem. I think it is a problem, but it's kind of I don't know, man. I like I say, it's a lot of people. It's a problem, but I think a lot of people think that it's like a race thing.
mhm.
I think they think it's just a race thing.
Yeah,
Um, I think with this latest incident with the was the Kyrie Nichols, right?
I believe that's in there. Yeah,
Yeah. His situation showed us that it's not just white cops.
right.
It's a it's a,
It's a mentality.
it's a mentality that they're taught. You know, um, by their peers, by the people that they in the academy. You know, it's taught. You know, but it's funny. Remember, I sent you that video uh, with the guy getting out of the car, and
Okay.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
cop was
Yeah.
like, "Hands up!" And
Right.
immediately he done exactly what the officer asked.
And he like slammed him on the car still, and yeah.
No, 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 no. I don't think he did him bad. I don't think he did him bad. Uh, but I think that's the type of compliance like that you gotta have.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Immediately.
yeah, I think that's the type of immediately stop going back and forth with them. You're never gonna win on the scene. You're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Even if you win in court after, right then and there, you're not gonna win, and you could possibly lose your life. Like if you are one of those people, I'm not talking about the people that for no reason got shot. Of course not. I'm talking about the ones that do, act up, antagonize, and go back and forth with them. Um, man, these police will kill you out here, man.
Yeah.
They'll kill you or beat you to death.
Right.
So I just want to say, like, just kind of be mindful when you're getting pulled over by these cops. Keep in mind that a lot of these cops, they might be having a bad day. Still human cops, but they're human. So bad day, and you irrationally based upon that. You
True.
know, that's why I always just try to stay respectful. I never had those type of problems. Never had those type of problems with yeah, with cops. You know, I've been discriminated against, but never and I, you know, I hope I never do. You know, but I'm gonna do my part and stay respectful, stay cool. You know, I just want to go home. Shit, I ain't trying to get into it with you. I take a ticket. That's fine.
Yeah,
You know, I can pay that. I can pay that.
and that's the thing, man. And it's an old saying: "Pride go before the fall." Pride go before the fall.
Hmm.
Um, and a lot of time, that's all it is people want to be prideful and feeling like, you know, can't nobody tell them nothing and not want to respect authority, which police are authority figures, whether you like it or not. Um, and I know people will probably give you pushback on what you said about saying, man, if we could be doing all that and they'll still. I will say well, I ain't gonna say most. Some cops will have an attitude, even if you are being respectful. I've ran into a cop like that, but he didn't do anything malicious, and I more than likely would say they wouldn't get violent with you as long as you still, like you said, stay on your side of things how you need to do. Because I feel like what'll happen is
Right.
a cop will be a dick a little bit, and then you feel like you need to get back with them, and that just starts a whole thing. Like you say,
That's how I go.
not worth it at all. Um,
Yeah.
because police used to love to use that line that you said. I'm just trying to go home. Um, but at the end of the day, they're the ones with the weaponry to go home most of the time. Uh,
Yeah.
and people can say, "Oh, well, you never know what somebody has on them when they're doing a traffic stop." Well, from what we've seen, just the evidence of what we have seen, innocent people unarmed are the ones being killed. So it's a hard case to be thinking that cops are just out here just so frightened every time that they have an interaction. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, at that same time, do everything that you can, um, just to make sure that you're not escalating situations. Um,
Yeah.
especially if you did some shit wrong. If you was speeding and you get pulled over, don't be like, "What the hell?" and all this other shit. Stop. Stop it. It goes back. We might be an accountability show podcast because I feel like we always circle back to accountability.
Yeah, man, that's a big thing in life in general. Like, uh, if most people held themselves accountable for their own actions, I think the world would be in a much better place. Because if you're able to see where you were wrong, I think it's only like logical that you would try and fix it or not do that again, or so like I say, I don't have. Do you know anybody personally that has been respectful to a cop, pulled over, you can dick, respectful? They didn't really get out of line and start arguing, hollering at each other back and forth. Do you know anybody like that and got beat up or anything or killed by a cop?
I
Do you
can't,
know anybody like that?
no, I can't say that. I personally,
Me neither. Neither one. So I think it's a thing of like, okay, we see what they're doing, we see what's happening
right,
when you resist or don't comply when they want you to, or you're going back and forth with them. And just in these cases, not the cases where the guy in I think Philadelphia got shot and he was pulling out his wallet. That's
right,
crazy. The guy that was outside and I think the female cop shot him and he was unarmed with his hands up. I think he had his hands up, but he definitely wasn't a threat because they was far away from him, but drew down on him, but they was so far away, he had no gun and she
yeah,
still shot him. I'm not talking about cases like that. I'm talking about the cases where the person that's getting pulled over is going back and forth, resisting or not being compliant. Those cases, like if we just chilled on all of that, I don't think it'd be much of a problem as far as police brutality. If we
Right.
can cut that out, I think it wouldn't even really be much of an issue in this country like that. That's just my belief,
Yeah.
from what I've been seeing.
With with the police cams and things that they have, it will be much more difficult for them to say they had reasoning to do what they
There you
did.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
There you go.
let's and let's just say by it's still not necessarily right that some people are unjustly beaten and unjustly killed, like you're saying about like some people, like the gentleman that had his hands up. Like that's not we're not condoning that at all, and we're not saying that that's right in any case.
Not
But
speaking on those cases. That's
no,
clear cut. I'm not speaking on those cases. We see
but
what that is.
yeah, but we want to just reiterate that make sure that you're not amplifying anything, and you can say that, hey, I was respectful, I complied, because that's the number one thing you always see in the comments. Well, why did they do this? Why did they do that? I honestly, when I get stopped, I make it clear that I ain't doing nothing. I
I
make
ain't
sure
no
that
problem at
yeah,
all to y'all.
make sure the hands are visible.
Shit.
Yep, everything. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, man, because it's too many that we've seen lose their lives.
They asked me to step out the car. If they ask me to step out the car, oh yes, sir.
Yep,
I ain't finna ask them why.
right.
Why? I'm finna step out the car.
Yeah,
I just want to get this ticket and get back to what I was doing. Like I don't want to be a part of nothing extra. No, you ain't gotta call no other cops to come dog pile on me. Nothing like that, bro. Okay, officer.
and like I
Get
say,
your ticket and go home, bro.
I've I ain't gonna say I've been stopped a whole bunch of times, but as a person that's driven like a bunch of different type of vehicles, and some of them been rental
Mhm.
cars, I've been stopped a good amount, and most of the time it is a very quick situation, and I'm able to just say,
Yeah.
talk to them, answer a couple questions, and get on about my day. So as long as you're not really doing anything wrong, you ain't got if you got some illegal shit in your car, hey, I can't really help.
But especially when you're supposed to be even more cooperative.
Yeah,
When you fucked
yeah.
up.
Let that be a tip for you. If you know you got some shit, don't act all nervous and get mad and chill,
Yeah.
chill, hold it.
Now listen, I got a quick story real quick before we get off this segment.
Sure.
So man, listen, I'm finna tell you, and this is how just being compliant, uh, being respectful of the officers, listening to them, it could take you a long time. So man, this is back, I'm probably like 18, 17, 18 at the time. I'm we this is after the club. And I already to the gonna go to another club and then like a little nearby town back from where I'm from.
For sure.
So I'm riding, I'm drunk. We all drunk. Everybody in the car drunk, I think. Me and my boy for sure. So he got his girl with him, and I'm driving. I'm going down the highway. I think that at the time, I think the speed may have been like 55, 60. Nigga, I'm hitting 90 down that bitch, man. I'm going 90 down that bitch.
Ain't,
I'm like,
ain't nowhere where we from the speed limit even close to there.
it ain't. It sure wasn't. It was like, I think it was like 55, 60. Nigga, I'm going 90. Um, to like 1, 2 in the morning, bro. So of course, cop see my ass. I get pulled. So out, of course, I'm like, damn, nigga kind of drunk, man. Let me tighten up. So he come to the door. he tell me, hey, you going a little fast or whatever. Uh, tell me I'm sorry. I think I said I didn't see the speed limit, which I think I didn't. It was dark as fuck out there. So he asked me to get out the car. I wasn't toasted, but I was still like I was drunk. Like if I had did a breathalyzer, I'd have been in jail that night, So yeah. So man, I'm talking to him. He's like, hey, where you headed? Man, I came up with a quick lie. I say, man, I'm trying to get my cousin, his girl back home. Yeah, I'm trying to get her back. We trying to get her back home, man. He's like, oh, okay, I see her in the back. Like you know, like, but,
Good.
right. So he like, yeah, man, well, just slow it down, man, slow it down. And I think that ticket was like $200. Like I got off smooth,
Yeah.
nigga, because I was supposed to go to jail just off going 90, 55, 60.
I think it's over 20 over you. Yeah, that's a wrap.
20 over, they could take you to jail, bro. And all he had to do was breathalyze me, and I was for sure going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole time I was respectful. Like I say, I tightened up. Like you say, chill. Like, yeah, I tightened up and I was respectful. And I'm gonna tell you the kicker, it was a white cop. White cop.
Damn.
Yep. White cop. He let my drunk ass go wherever we was going that night. He let me go. Yeah.
Shout out, man.
Man, that's all you gotta do, bro.
That's it.
You know.
Hey, keep your head, man. That's in any situation, keep your wits about you. Think about the long run of everything, man. So don't just act off of emotions in the heat of the moment.
Yep.
Take you a long way. Speaking of emotion, I think we got an emotional tales from the king going on, man. I think we got a Valentine's Day, king. Tales from the king. What's up?
See, you ain't know this story. That's how I ain't want to tell you nothing about it until we came on.
Oh,
Until we was on there, I didn't want to tell you nothing about it. He talking about the emotional. So this is the thing, man. Put me up on the big screen.
I just
put me up there. Make Rob. No, listen. So this was a Valentine's Day, working night. Me and B, the manager, our partner, our homegirl. We was the two there that night for Valentine's Day, bro. We was the two there. So, and we wanted to do something for Valentine. She got her old man, and I think at the time I was messing with something. So I'm like, man, I gotta come up in here on Valentine's Day. At the time, I think I had something that I was trying to do. But so we like, man, ain't nobody, me and her, we just talking, man, ain't nobody gonna come up here. Who gonna come to Burger King? You know how she be laughing. And she was goofy. And we just both kept, I'm like, yeah, you're right, bro. Like, I don't see, man, people going out to eat, they, doing all this and that. So we back there, and it was slow. It was slow.
Side chicks get Burger King. Probably the next day was busy as hell.
Yeah. And that's the next day. Side chicks don't get it on the day of. So we slow, of course. It's like 6, probably about 6, 7. It's slow. So one of us, I ain't gonna say who, came up with the bright idea, man, somebody go get something to drink. I'm like, cool. I mean, I'm like, it's slow. It's been slow since I got here at 4. Like, fuck it, let's do it. So I want to say, oh man, I can't remember what it was. It was something maybe like Mike's Hard, or back then maybe might have been Boom Form, or it's something like a wine. It wasn't like no Hennessy or nothing like that, but it was like a wine.
You trying to get up in there.
Ain't trying to get too messed up. Say it's around some So we drinking that, make a few orders, come back in the break room, drank a little bit, just kicking it. So man, I say about 8 rolled up. Couple cars start coming through. This one we probably didn't drink all of by this time we didn't drink between the both of we didn't drink all of it. Cars rolled through. Couple cars, yeah, of course, we're a little buzz. We're a little buzz. Couple cars rolled through. It was the usual. Nigga, then all of a sudden it just started piling up. More cars start coming through. I'm like, nigga, it's a full-on rush. Nigga, I'm back there sweating, drunk. I'm like, man, Brittany, come back here, help me. I'm talking about it's that many cars because we expected it to be slow that day, so it wasn't that many people. Man, I might have been in the by myself that night. Man, me and Brittany were back there, man. I'm talking about we gotta make the orders. She gotta go up there and push them out. Like, bruh, because I ain't never knew how to do any of that. I'm just in the kitchen with it. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm talking about, bro, we must have back there drunk, fucking orders up, just moving slow as hell, thinking we moving fast, moving slow as hell, sweating like a dog because we got that liquor. Yeah. We sweat like a motherfucker because it's 112 in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Well, it probably was a little cooler. It was February, so but it was still hot. But yeah, man, that shit was funny though, bro. We thought we had an easy night. Decided to drink a little liquor back there, and got a whole goddamn rush on Valentine's Day. Got a whole rush.
Y'all caught that crowd that they ain't go out to dinner, man. They was up in there cutting up, and they needed some energy.
The restaurant was packed. The restaurant's packed out on their ass, and they came through the king. Man, I say, God damn, every order that come through, man, why ain't y'all at Chili's or something, man? Damn. Man, that was a cold night. That was a cold night, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was a cold night.
That's cool.
That was a cold
night. Hey, man, you gotta stay on your toes.
Nah, for sure.
Man, look.
Hey, look, man, I got a question. I remember you asked me about the Creed movie. Now, I went seen Creed Wednesday. I think last Wednesday. I seen it. What you think about it? I know you seen it before me, but what you thought about the movie? I'll let you go.
It was good. I was a big Rocky fan.
Me too.
And I just really watched the second Creed not too long before the third one came out because I didn't really know it was the second. So I liked this one. It was a good backstory. I liked that. What's your boy name? The antagonist in the movie. I can't remember his name in the movie, but the actor.
I forgot. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
Fuck. I forgot his name.
But anyway,
what about him though?
He played a real good villain. I thought that was a good storyline. So I'm gonna say it was the second best one. I think the number 2 was the best one, and this one was second best. Because it was just cool to see the continuation of how everything went, and see how that they continue the storyline with his family and him having a kid now and coming back from retiring. I thought that was fire, but I like the second one better.
Yeah. Right. I think the second one harder too. I liked it though, man. I think it was definitely definitely like a typical the big homie from the past, and now they fighting each other and they were like brothers. That's kind of like, kind of typical, a common story in movies. That was, but I think it was good. I think it was good. Like you say, like the little twist that they threw in there, like him kind of, help him get back to contention, and he ended up setting up homie to get his arm broke, and now he got a championship, not a championship, a world title fight, and and that nigga was so dirty, in that ring, man. I was like, God damn, this nigga dirty, man.
Scammer of the
Man, nigga
year. He was calculated.
need him in the thigh. I'm like, man, this nigga out here doing some MMA shit.
Well,
But
I ain't never seen the shoulder punch. That boy punching it right in the shoulder. I say,
he hit the shoulder, man. I guess that'll take a little bit of force out of they. I mean, a little power out of they punch. But yeah, I ain't never seen no shit like that. But yeah, I thought it was a good one though, man. I think it reminded me of I thought Homie was gonna die, the one that he beat.
When he took the championship,
When he took it, I thought he was gonna die because see, it was starting to remind me of 3. It started to remind me of Rocky 3 when Rocky was retired. Apollo, no, yeah, Rocky 4. You're right. Rocky 4 when Rocky was retired and Apollo wanted to fight the big Russian and ended up getting killed out there. I'm like, oh, okay. So this reminded me of 3. I mean 4. Like, okay. But no, I thought it was good overall. Overall, man, I give it a solid. I give it a 9.
I give it a 9 too because that's what us just talking about how he was doing the punches. They really, I feel like, focused on like the science of boxing and how it's more than just fighting.
Mm-hmm.
With with the typical, I feel like the Rocky movies, it was more of just he training real hard, and he gonna muster up the courage to fight him real hard and hit him in the body, and then. But I feel like they really focused on like the technique and the different training aspects of what he needed to do to win.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was pretty fire.
Yeah. John Nick. John Wick.
Another. Whoo, that's gonna be tough.
Oh,
hell yeah. Hey, you know something else? Just on some random stuff. Oh, Krishan and Blueface finally broke up, man. Right? Oh my goodness.
yeah, for both of them.
No, seriously.
For both of them, man.
The news,
both of them.
The news that we didn't know we needed. They still got scandals.
I hopefully they can.
They still talk about
yeah,
how she had so many abortions for him, or she was talking about she was pregnant and he said he'll pay. He said he talking about I'll pay you $100,000 to get rid of it. So they'll probably be back together next week. We'll see.
Probably will. But hey, man, that's them. That's them folk.
Yeah,
that's them folk.
So before we got it, you say we might have a new drop coming pretty soon.
We may.
Okay.
We may this week, possibly. So
stay tuned.
Just stay tuned. We got a lot of cool shit coming. We got a lot of dope shit coming. We possibly may have a location for both of us to be at versus us being on Restream very soon. So that's gonna be a different look. Yeah. Possible. It's all about possibilities, man. That's all we just need it to be possible. You know what I'm saying? Man. We just need it to be possible.
No, we out here working.
If it's possible, then we can get there. We can get there. So but nah, probably maybe by the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, we have a drop for
ladies. Get ready. Man, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Anybody that's watching, anybody that's talking about us, anybody that's comment, make sure that you follow at Rich Dreams _apparel. Make sure you follow the Now Legacy Network. And remember, don't sleep on your dreams or they'll become your nightmares. This is the Rich Dream Show.